Did you listen to Jeff and Professor Hamo in the morning? Here's what you missed.
Man has arrived. The Nyororo man has arrived.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my brother.
Good morning.
Karibu sana.
Karibu.
Hey,
This is awesome.
Nyororo imepatikana.
Hiyo huonekana wakati kazi imeonekana.
Okiya Omtatah joins us live in the studios. He is chainless this morning. Ama amewacha huko chini eh?
Akona kadogo. Kale kaatuoli. Kanyororo kasimbo.
Kale kabling.
Kadogo.
Karibu sana ndugu.
Shukran.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah? Always working for the people.
And for myself, because I'm part of the people.
Yes, you are. Our first thing we'd like you to comment on. Prof, please play that.
Wacha tu. Ni gani?
Yeah, you.
Hiyo.
Okay.
Washenzi waachane na yeye. Na hivyo ndio itakuwa.
That's a good statement. If he has woken up to realize he's surrounded by Washington, but it's a wake up statement.
But Okiya, it took him this long.
Yes.
It took this long.
It's always good to get to where you are supposed to be, however late.
So
This
hour, but it looks like this marriage is all but over.
Not which one between
The president and his deputy.
Well, I don't know, because I think politics is a game of self-realization. So there are vested interests that always drive politicians, and maybe the interests that drove them in the past have served their purpose, and there are new realities coming up that need to be addressed. And so to me, I think it's just the dynamism of politics, and to me it's a good thing that is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe, like you said, politics here, I mean, maybe we have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe they're laughing at us behind the scenes. Washenzi.
wamepanga hiki tucheze.
Washapanga?
Yeah.
Washapanga?
Tunakitiwa movie hapa.
But then Moses Kuria comes up over the weekend and says, hey, Central Province is the least developed of all. All we get are certificates for
drunkards. Whatever you graduate.
Kuri has a problem. Kuri has biggest. He's a very good friend of mine, but I've even invited him to Busia because I don't think Kuri has traveled more than 100 kilometers from where he was born.
You can't make these things up.
Wow.
So, if he has gone to Mombasa, he has gone to the airport.
Yes.
And then to the hotel.
Yes.
Nairobi, and then. But I don't think Kuri has had an experience of this country. That's why he talks the way he does. But generally, he's a good man. I've dealt with him closely.
Yes.
We have been out of the country together on various conferences. He's a good man, but I think his experience of Kenya needs to be helped. He needs assistance.
Former Jubilee Vice Chair resigning, David Murathe. Your thoughts?
I don't think he resigned. I think he was pushed out.
You think he was pushed out?
Yeah. But as some people say, maybe the pushing out was for him to start, to alight from the bus that had arrived at his destination and to board a new one. He was, so he was connecting flights. He didn't resign.
Maybe at the airport. Transit.
So whether he'll miss his connecting flight is another thing. But
But don't you think there's a hand in all of this, Okiya? Don't you think there's somebody, there's a puppeteer who's pulling the strings behind all of this?
They may not be necessarily a corporeal puppeteer, a body but there could be interests that are the puppeteer. What interests are they pursuing?
Yeah.
And what dangers do they perceive they need to address early enough? And maybe they need to have the bloodbath early enough so that by the time we get to the elections, and for me the elections are supposed to be in 2021, if you remember, not 2022.
Why is that?
Huh?
Because the last one was 2017.
No, the Constitution does not say after 5 years. It says on the second Tuesday of August in the 5th year. The second Tuesday of August, if you count from the 2017, falls in 2021. The second Tuesday of August in 2022 falls in the 6th year. So you're not supposed to have 5 years. 5 years is an upper ceiling. You're not supposed to have more than 5 years.
Right.
But you're not supposed to have 5 years. So within the 5th year, we should be having elections, and within the 5th year, the second Tuesday of August, within the 5th year falls in 2021, not 2022. I even have a court case in court.
You do?
For an interpretation of that.
Challenging that.
Yes. Nataka jaji asome kalenda tuambie. Tarehe gani? Hesabu masiku.
Hesabu masiku.
Ndio maana watu wameharakisha
365, 366.
si tu the 60 year kumbe wameshapanga hii hesabu. Ndio maana waambia
so wakisema 2022 is too far.
Yes.
I don't think I've understood the election calendar.
What about a referendum? Do you think it's going to happen?
Because of the vested interest, it's going to happen.
It's going to.
It's going to.
But then, obviously, a referendum is usually centered around a question or something that we're going to change or we're going to be asked our opinion on, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what do you think the proposed question will be? Do we want...
How many more chairs do we put on the table? Songa.
Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, or really?
Yes. Deputy.
Wanjiku is not in that referendum.
No.
Yeah.
But our challenge is to make Wanjiku relevant in the referendum.
How so?
I think what we need to do is really a question of how power is acquired in this country and retained. So we need to address it. Right now, how power is acquired by the deep state. You need to be in good terms with the deep state. They'll make you, they give you the power, with respect for whether you merit it or not.
Yeah.
So we need to deal with that and see that we give Wanjiku the power. And for me, if we shift the presidential campaign from the national level to the county level, where a presidential candidate must win counties, the way the Americans do it. You see, with Trump, I think Hillary Clinton got about 3 million votes more than Trump.
Correct.
Yeah.
But Trump was able to spread himself out to the states, and he got it. So that even Lamu, small as it is, may not be as a front runner for the presidency, but could deny you vital points to be a president.
Correct.
So that the big 5 tribes, Luya, Luo, Kikuyu, Kalenjin, Kamba, who are the only people who give you a chance to be president in Kenya, can be destroyed by building up the county. Because these tribes are large, not because they are domiciled in their ancestral lands, but because they are the most dispersed across the country.
Yes.
So if we take the Kikuyus in Busia, we block them from voting with the Kiambu by saying that you must subsume your vote in Busia. The Luyas in Kiambu, we say you cannot vote in Kakamega. You must subsume your vote in Kiambu. So if we do that, then we will have broken the tribes up and then asserted the issue of the county. So for me to come and win a presidential election, it will depend on my agenda, not on the numbers, on the tribal centers. So that even an El Molo can, with a good agenda, can come and run with the presidency. So to me, that's what we should work on, to destroy the tribes.
And each county should have an X amount of votes, let's say, like a collegiate vote in America.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say like, I think Kiambu has got 11 MPs. And Kiambu has got, is one county.
Yes.
So we'd get, for equity, each county would be given 1 vote. 1 point rather.
1 point.
1 point.
So that will be 47 points for the counties.
For the country.
For the country, the entire country will be given 47 presidential points. If you win all the counties, you get 47 presidential points. Then you'd be given 290 constituency points. So that if you win like Busia, where I come from, you have 7 MPs. So you will get 7 points for the 7 constituencies, and 1 point for the county. You carry 8 points, presidential points. So whether you win Busia by 1 vote or by 1 million votes, you only get the 8 presidential points. So it will be meaningless to inflate figures in Busia. You see?
Yeah, you can't steal.
You can't steal.
No.
So we eliminate bombers. You see, like, so that people are saying that they're waiting for votes from Tarakaniti.
Yes. Streaming in.
That are coming in. It's an earthquake.
Yes.
But the population of Tarakaniti is smaller than the population of Busia. But Tarakaniti is turning millions of votes. You wonder what magic are you having
And
here?
you can't question.
You can't question that. So, what we need to do is to deal with the question of how power is acquired in this country, so that we eliminate the deep state, give the vote back to the people. So that when I campaign in Kiambu, and I win Kiambu by 1 vote, I carry Kiambu. If I win Kiambu by 1 million votes, I carry Kiambu. But the points are just those 12. The 11 for MPs and the 1 for the county. If I win Nairobi, I just get the 18 points. 17 MPs, constituencies and 1 county. Now, you need now to put together an arithmetic that gives you 50 plus 1% of the points. And if you get 47 plus 290, you get 337.
Yeah.
Half of that plus 1, I think, is 195. So you need to get 195 points. Now, Lamu has 2 MPs and 1 county. Those are 3 points. So Lamu may look irrelevant,
Yes.
but because they can block you by denying you just a point.
Yes.
So you must have an agenda for Lamu. So
We call it the swing states.
yeah, swing states.
Yes.
So now you'll have to come up with a presidential candidate who can speak to all the people of Kenya and say, I will do this for you. Not that I come from this tribe.
Yes.
We have so many already.
Tuko na namba.
Sisi tumeanza tumefika Mtitandei na nyinyi bado mko Nairobi na tunaenda Mombasa. Hebu join wenyewe tuko come and join the winning team.
Join the bus.
So that now we will get issue-based politics. And that's what we need now to articulate to counter the drive by the Raila and Uhuru for an elitist amendment to the constitution, which wants to create simply positions to massage the egos of the various, what I call them, prison wardens, who want to keep us in prison. And the fight between them is who becomes the chief warden, not who destroys the prison. Because if you destroy the prison, they have no jobs.
Yes.
And that's why when you look at their manifestos, be it Jubilee, be it ODM, be it NASA, their manifestos are virtually the same. Make me the chief jailer.
Yes.
I'll allow you more time in the sun. I'll fumigate your room. But nobody tells you I'll break the prison and emancipate you. You see. So for us who want emancipation, we cannot pander to them. We cannot follow them. We must get an alternative, and with that alternative, we shall say we don't want liberation. The liberation narrative is a false narrative. First liberation, second liberation. If you look at the Momo, they never talked about liberation. They talked about emancipation. If you look at Makatilili Wamenza, it was never about emancipation. It was not about liberation. It was about emancipation. If you listen to Elijah Masinde, it was about emancipation, not liberation. Liberation comes in when the home guards become the dominant, are given power by the colonialists. And so they keep on getting this liberation narrative.
It's an illusion to
It's an illusion.
You keep moving towards it, but hakuna.
So we must get away from Exodus. The Exodus are saying that we are going from Egypt to Canaan. That's a liberation narrative we don't want. There's no Canaan. We need Nehemiah. We are going back to Jerusalem from exile.
We're going back to Jerusalem.
Yes, from exile.
Yes.
We are already in Canaan.
Yes.
How can you be telling us we are coming from Egypt to Canaan?
Right.
It's just that we have been taken away from Canaan to Babylon. So we need to go back to Jerusalem and build our temple.
Yes.
Yes. That's the emancipation mantra you should have. The mantra of going from Egypt to Canaan is a false mantra.
Huko tulitoka kitabu.
Tulitoka kitambo.
Red Sea haina mamba.
Tuliingia. Hakuna mamba huko. Pale tutakana tuwe tuko Babylon. Corruption. All this tribalism, all these things that have taken us prisoner. Tuko Babylon. We need to break those things and go back and build the temple in Jerusalem. So we need a Nehemiah, not a Moses, not a Joshua. Nehemiah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did he do? Remind me.
He brought the Jews back
To Jerusalem.
from Babylon to Jerusalem.
And built his temple.
They built the temple.
Hiyo sasa itakuwa safari ndefu.
Tumeshafika, kumbe tuko Canaan. Sisi tumekuwa Canaan kitambo. Kwa Red Sea. Mwamba na sea ni hapo tunigundua. Ni kama tu yuko mahali pamoja. Now there is a problem. Sasa hivi tunaongea watoto wanarudi shule. Kuna shida na hii. Alafu tunatokea na Kiambu tunataka maendeleo. So now tumewachana na hii maneno ya curriculum, we don't care. Tunataka maendeleo Kiambu.
Yeah, I think the issue of education to me is part of the Babylon narrative. We have a law, we have a constitution that gives a procedure for doing things. And to make a policy and changing an education system, first of all, the ICD, Institute of Curriculum Development, does not have the mandate to change its education system. Its business is to set the syllabus. So why did they get the mandate to begin changing the education system? Number two, there's no sessional paper that has been published in Parliament to say we are changing the system. If anything, on 27th of December,
Yes.
they released the Ministry of Education released what they're calling the sessional paper. It has not even been presented to Parliament. So where is the legal framework for doing what they're doing? Where is the law and where are the regulations?
Oh, yes.
So you're saying it's totally illegal?
It's totally illegal. They're doing it outside the law. There has been no public participation as required by the Constitution, which says any policy must involve the people. People are being ambushed. So when you come to the end of the day, they're telling us that the kids who are in class 3 are going to sit an exam when they get to class 6.
Yes.
And they're going to transit. Now, the focus is on who will print the books. So it may be a share. You see, there's all this business.
It's commercial.
Nobody's caring at how many teachers have been trained
Yes.
on this system. What is the case study in other countries? Countries like America abandoned this, tried this thing in the 70s and threw it away. Haikuwork. Tell me which country is using it.
2633.
Yes.
Yeah, especially the issue, not just the years,
Yes.
but the issue of
Yes.
education.
Right.
So that you are basically training carpenters, plumbers, whatever, who's competent in this. Where are you going to get the theologians? Where are you going to get the philosophers? Where are you going to get the theologians? And you'll find that it's these thinkers who create an environment within which activities are created that now the technical people take up. So you cannot just dismember. We cannot just say you are going to operate without the head. Tunataka kujenga misuli. Tujenge misuli na kichwa tumekata. What kind of body are you building?
Masha DX says, Jeff, wallahi, this man Okiya Omtatah is a hero. Personally, I love him the way he fights fearlessly. Collins anasema, Okiya Omtatah saying it as it is. Kenya doesn't need political dynasties at all, but revolutionists. Do you think Miguna will be allowed back in the end? You know, the court ruled in his favor.
I mean, niambia Miguna. You know my home is on the border. In Busia. Niambia Miguna chukua ndege
In Uganda.
ingia Kampala. Tupande matatu. Tukuje Busia. Tupita Dongozi kwa mguu. Tutembee. Tukikula miwa chewing cane. Ukuje kwa nyumba yangu, tuite press conference waambie niko Kenya.
Yes. Ulimwambia hivyo?
Mwambie hivyo anasema hapana nataka kupita Jomo Kenyatta hapo. Getting into Kenya so many ways.
Unataka kuingia Kenya ingia.
Ingia ni jirani hapa Uganda sisi na
Tukikula miwa.
Usifikirie hata ni wao. Miwa ni disgusting tool.
Oh my goodness. Okiya Omtatah always fighting for the people. We appreciate that as always. And you know we'll be calling on you. Una tweets hapo?
Yes.
Ni mingi?
Nimeona hapa.
Mingi?
Sasa shida ya watu ni moja tu wanauliza swali hilo.
Okay,
because wanasema now that we are talking about kila kitu yenye tulikuwa tumepangiwa. Tuliambiwa we want reforms tukaletewa uniform ya polisi badala ya reform. Before tupatiwe uniform material ikakosa. So tukaongelea material kidogo. Do you believe this is like a soap opera? Wa Kenya ni kama tunaona movie.
You know the thing is,
Yes.
One thing I'm not very hard on Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta did not want to be president. If you go back and look very well, Uhuru Kenyatta hata aliita Mudavadi akasema bwana hii kitu chukua hii kitu bwana chukua hii msalaba. But we forced him into it. The deep state forced him into it, and he's now doing. And I think even if you look at the level of frustration he has right now, is that he looks to be at variance with that deep state that puts him in, and that's why he's become very, very. If you look at the Uhuru that some of us knew before he became president, and the Uhuru who became president, the Uhuru who is president now, they're like three different people.
You think he's fighting the system now? He's trying to fight it, or he's just
the system put him there to be a puppet. He's trying to be his own person, and that's why he now finds that he cannot do what he wants to do. So when he talks of a legacy, it's at variance with what the system wants.
Now, the new marriage handshake, will it last?
Well, the handshake was a moment of convenience. It has had its short-term benefits in the sense that the tensions were lowered and whatever, which were really choreographed tensions. Because the issue was, are you telling me we can't count votes?
Right. Hatuwezi hesabu.
Nada tunatumia pesa kutransact pesa mingi. Lakini billions, lakini kwa hesabu kura kidogo hivi inakuwa shida. You see? That's why the problem was. So, and it will not be cured by the handshake. That problem has to be cured by us having some sense of self-respect and some bottom lines. That when we make a decision, we have decided to go the majoritarian way, let the minority have their say, but the majority have their way. So let people vote and let votes be counted. So to me, I really think that long term we must make sure that we can count votes.
Long term?
Yes, we must count votes. This is just a reprieve. And it could even be a retreat. But before the main assault.
What about the bromance between these two, the president and former prime minister? The bromance, is it the real deal?
No, I think it is one thing they realized with the emergence of the Migunas of this world. They were realizing some irrelevance creeping in, that the both are going to be rather irrelevant. Yeah, because if you look at now, if you are to get an honest census of Uhuru Kenyatta in Central, he's likely to score very bad.
In Central?
In Central, and because Central was this backrock, bedrock, he's likely to score very bad. Because on the economy and the heavy debt and the poverty that has come in, Central, which happens to be the most very urban part of this country, feels the pinch very fast. Because the system of the autonomous peasants and what have you has virtually collapsed. The family systems are virtually collapsed, the support system. So you feel it as an individual. So you'll find that, to me, when I look at it today, is that on the economic front, these people, both of them have no agenda. Both Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta have no economic agenda. Look at the ODM manifesto. It's transactional. Look at the PNU the Jubilee manifesto, just transactional. Nothing transformative in the endorsement manifestos. So, I think the kind of leadership we need is a visionary leadership. And I always said that for me, the people like Raila have played a very important role. Ni kama kujenga nyumba. Kuna fundi wa foundation. Kuna fundi wa slab na ukuta. Unaona? Kuna fundi wa roof. Hata kuna fundi wa rangi.
Specifically.
Yeah. Ukipata fundi wa foundation rangi, utashangaa.
Utapaka na nilo.
So I think we have reached a stage whereby this country now needs a new generation of leaders who will be transformative, not just transactional. And when I look at Raila has done a lot for this country, but he cannot go the next step. That's why he's stuck with the Exodus narrative of Joshua, of Moses, and he can't see the Nehemiah, he can't see the Babylon. He thinks he's moving from an oppressive space to a liberative space, where he needs to do nothing, all he needs is to arrive, and there's milk and honey. But yet we are dealing with a situation whereby we arrived in that milk and honey, but we were captured and taken away. So the battle is not to get to that. There's no longer free space. There's a real war to be fought to liberate us, to break the chains that are containing us. So a new leadership naturally needs to emerge.
Okay, Omtatah, we're going to have to leave it at that. That's deep.
Yeah.
A new leadership has to emerge. Thanks so much for your time, my brother. Keep doing what you do. Keep fighting.
yeah.
Keep fighting.
Nyororo, nyororo, ibe.
Nyororo, nyororo.
Ibe, boy.
This
No,
is...
yo nyororo ni nyorosha. Nah, it rhymes with nyorosha.
Yeah.
This is what we call...
Candid interviews with decision makers. Catch Jeff Koinange and Professor Hamo every day, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on Hot 96.